Iceman and Fireman. We had to deal with cutting, or things that cut, and things that electrify us. And in the first episode, we had to deal with things that explode, and one that can hurt us with brute force. So we have to deal with cold and heat in this episode. So looks like there are a lot of hazards that deal with environmental issues, or some type of real-life issue that's going on. Well, I guess we're gonna have to brave the cold and the heat, as we need to take down the last two within the bandwagon of the 6 robot masters that are in this game. Hi everybody, this is RRPG here, and welcome back to another episode of RRPG Let's Play with Mega Man on the NES. And in the previous episode, we took down Cutman and Luckman, respectively, and in this episode today, we're going to take down Iceman and Fireman. So let's not waste any time, and we are going to go to Iceman stage right now. Iceman. He looks like the male ice climber from the game of the same name. But I have to say that his appearance is not the best. And this is probably gonna be people's least favorite stage when they're playing this game because of one thing: ice physics. And this is also the first stage that introduces the water gravity, or the gravity for when you're in water, and it also has penguin missiles. So, interesting. We got penguin missiles that are obviously going to give us trouble, but I may have spoken about that too soon since we do have an energy restoration. Damn it. Oh, no biggie. At least they help by giving us some. But we need to be careful here and just work our way up this way. See? Stupid ice physics. They won't even go my way, and I really just want to continue walking. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to shoot these guys down here. Oh. And continue ignoring the penguin missiles that come at you. Gosh, with their movement like that, you just would most likely call them Medusa heads. That's basically what they are. Okay, we're going to jump up here, and then jump here, and jump here, jump here, and jump here. And of course, these are the disappearing platforms that we have seen at, was it Bomb Man stage? I think so. Anyway, now there's a little bit of a trick that we need to pursue in order to get past this one area. And that one trick is making sure that this platform on the left, right there, actually comes in our view, so that way we can actually jump on it. Let me see if I can get it with being quiet. Normally you want to be talking when you're doing Let's Plays like this, but sometimes you'll be just really stuck on some things, and it makes it really hard to progress even further. Okay, we made it past that part. Now, this is probably the one part of the game where it just becomes the most irritating, because of these guys. These guys can shoot laser ball projectiles at us, and sometimes those laser balls can hit us very badly. That's going to make it harder for us to, you know, try to avoid their damage. And, okay, so, now, you also have the hazard of the penguin missiles to deal with. Oh, come on! Really? Okay, that's the next death in this video. We did not have any deaths in the first video, but we at least had 2 in the previous episode. Oh, jeez. And I was just doing so well, too. Sometimes you do so well, and then all of a sudden, something will just come back and bite you, like it always has for me, if you have noticed. Okay, so we're going to avoid all the hazards. Oh, dang it. Okay, let's try it again. Perfect! Okay, now let's try this again, with style, if I might add. That way we don't even have to slip on the ice. And watch out for the energy ball projectiles that are being chucked at us. Oh god, that was close. Okay. And those stupid penguin missiles should be KO! And that is the first game over. Alright guys, just sit back, relax, and I'll be right back. Okay, we finally made it back. Now, let's try this again. And this takes a lot of tries for a lot of die-hard veterans. And not everything is going to go according to plan because sometimes these floating platforms do not stick at the precise place where you want them to be. But sometimes they will prove beneficial for you to be at the right spot, so I guess it's not all hit or miss. Okay, good. God, this is so stressful. Like it was about right there. Okay, let me see if I can try to grab this. No, I could not. Damn it. Well, at least I can grab these. And since we haven't really lost any lives, I guess we didn't really need that extra life, right? Yeah, I thought so. Okay, we're at the home stretch. Gosh, would you jump? Would you quit being unpredictable? Well, I guess at least they won't even listen to me. Now, you can try to farm for some energy in this room, like you could with the other entryways to the bosses. But they're not always going to work, so you're going to have to keep that in mind. And sometimes you just have to go with your wit in trying to defeat the boss, even at low amount of energy. And notice how no more penguin missile Medusa heads are coming at us. Okay, now we need to use Electman's electric spark ability, or electrical wave. And this is pretty much a trick I think most people know how to defeat a boss really quickly. Or how to defeat Electman very quickly. You just keep hitting the start button or the pause button every few seconds, and you should be able to do insurmountable damage on the Robot Master. Just like that. And sometimes they can still do damage to you, even after they are defeated. But that wasn't really that big of an issue. But trust me, it will actually prove to be very beneficial for one of the bosses at Dr. Wily's castle, which is the first boss at the first stage. Alright, we have one more Robot Master to take down, and that is Fireman. Now, Fireman, by most people's opinion, is definitely the hardest or the most difficult Robot Master in this game. And you shall see why once as we get to his lair, just considering how evil he can be. But before we move on any further in this section, that's when you wanted to stick on the ladder right there, so that way you can actually avoid the laser ball projectiles coming from that small little apparatus that's just likes to pop in and out of the ground. And also, you want to be careful of these guys. They look like the bombs from Final Fantasy, and they will drop down at a very slow pace, but sometimes they can even be a bigger idiot or a bigger jerk to you and trying to damage you. Now, you also want to be careful of the fire pillars here that will try to blow themselves up and out of the appendage that's right there. But they are very easy to avoid. Okay, and sometimes they can prove to be a bit of a hassle, just like right there. But although you want to be careful with the magma lasers that are right there. They will do an insurmountable damage to you. Aside from the fire platforms, which were right there. But luckily, there are some health restoration items that are right here in case if you get really hurt. So take that into account, and you should be golden. Okay, go ahead and jump this way, and oh, actually, that didn't prove to be a death trap? Oh, I figured that was going to be a death trap right there. Because if that was, then we probably would have been in a big heap of trouble. Okay. And you can kill these enemies, by the way, but sometimes they won't leave any goodies. That's that's just the worst case scenario. Sometimes they don't even leave goodies for you in case if you get really hurt, if you're in desperate need of energy for your weapons or Mega Man himself. And sometimes these things right here, they are very hard to avoid. You just gotta get the timing right to try and avoid them. And oh my god, look who came back. The shark missiles. The Medusa Head shark missiles are coming to give us even more hell than before. Medusa Head shark missiles, or penguin missile Medusa heads. That's a very creative name. Even if you try to outrun the screen, the shark missiles will actually still follow you, so you're not going to be able to avoid them in the long run. But they are avoidable after you just shoot them and do whatever insignificant amount of damage you can to them. Okay, I don't think I'm going to be able to get a lot of energy in this small little crevice area. And I can't believe they'd actually have these where you just end up collecting balls that absolutely do nothing but give you more points. You figure they would be used for energy or something, but nope, they don't even prove themselves to be beneficial by any means. And there is the door to Fireman's lair. If I cannot even get any balls of energy, or if I can't even get any energy restoration items, then I say we are pretty much screwed in the first round. I'm just sitting here collecting balls. Oh no! Did you just see that for a fraction of a second? We had an energy restoration capsule right there that I could have easily picked up to restore some energy. But I was a dumb butt, and I pretty much screwed myself out of that opportunity. As you can tell, I'm just trying to time the jumping right, so that way I can hit these guys without any problems. The timing is very, very hard to try and get a good distance toward, or to try and get a good hit on. Oh, one more. If this doesn't work, then we're gonna... Oh, actually, I think we might be able to take it down. So we do need Iceman's Ice Beam ability. And no, it's not Iceman from Marvel Comics, which, honestly, they should have went with a different name. But one of the things that makes Fireman so hard, or so difficult, is he shoots fire waves at us, and we almost defeated him, except he shot us down with his fire waves. And now we are back down to just 2 lives, which you can just plainly see right there. It's hard to maintain your lives when you're going up against hard things like that. That's one of the reasons why this game is just, it's not perfect. It's just there are so many things that could have been improved in later games that it could have made it more appealing. But evidently, the only appealing version you're going to get out of this is Mega Man Powered Up on the PSP. And I know some people actually ask me to do a original versus remake of that game and the original NES version. But I have been thinking about going back to doing retro reviews at some point, but when that will happen, I don't know. But I'd rather not talk about it now, as we have completed Fireman stage, and I think we're at a good spot where we can end things off right here. So, next time on Double RPG Let's Play with Mega Man on the NES, we're going to get started with the final dungeon, which is Dr. Wily's Castle, where there are 4 stages in all, but we're going to go through the first 2 stages in their entirety. So, alright gamers, take care of yourselves, and I shall see you on the next episode. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys then.